Hey, how's it, everybody? It's Devin. Welcome to Manoa Valley Theater Live. This is episode number 43. And okay, we have a really big show with a really big cast. So I want to make sure I bring out Kip here as quickly as I can. So Kip Wilburn, Executive Director, MVT, come on out. How you doing,
How's
buddy?
everybody today? Thank you for coming back, checking us out.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you for donating to the thing.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate
Support
it.
the arts,
Mahalo.
support MVT. Check out
especially
the banner
because Kip and MVT doing such amazing stuff. The ability to pivot that you guys did in this COVID time and putting on these shows is amazing. So can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean it's the theater. You have to improvise. A piece of the set falls down. What do? You just improvise. So that's what we're doing, because we got to keep telling stories and keep bringing it to our audience. So in this time, we're going to be doing a remote stream. So all of the actors will be on their own little camera and microphone, and it's all digital. It's all virtual.
Well, my question, I guess, to you is like, how did you find this? Because you're like, oh yeah, it's a play that's done specifically for COVID and over cameras. I'm like, what?
It was actually the first full-length play written specifically for this kind of environment.
Right.
Yeah. So I was just I was going through some things actually from Dramatis Play Service, looking for some material for next year. I came across this and it was like, wow, this is what we're living right now. So it made sense, and it's humorous, it's fun, and so I thought, well, let's do it. So we're really excited. It opens on the 5th.
So if you think the executive director just sits there and just hangs out and is all famous and stuff, he's actually working really, really hard.
Yeah,
just so you know,
you'll get a bonus. That's right. I'll double your fee. All right.
Is there anything else people need to know?
You can go to our website and you can get a ticket there. It opens on the 5th, on Friday the 5th, 6th and 7th, and then it runs the next weekend as well. And so those are your opportunities to see it. And I hope you'll join us. If nothing else, see it because you're supporting us. It's the ticket is I think they're $25 but it's for a household.
Yeah.
So support the arts, and when you get a little something in return. So I hope that you will join us next week. A few other things going on.
Okay.
COVID numbers today. We had 115 statewide, but only 75 here in Oahu. Thank you so much, all of you who are showing your aloha to your fellow man and taking care of each other. Auditions this Sunday. Yeah, isn't it weird? We're talking about a show happening, rehearsing, and auditions for the next show. So the next show is Popcorn Falls. It's a 2-man show, and these two guys play over 20 characters between the two of them. So it's a crazy fast, it's a showcase for somebody who does improv and character work. So come out and audition. It's 2 to 5 on Sunday at the theater, and we look forward to it. And by the way, we're taking great pains to make sure that everybody is really safe as far as the COVID measures and all goes. Then coming up in May, Tiny Beautiful Things, Cheryl Sayed's play, and then Daddy Longlegs, a musical, follows in July. So there we go. We're a real theater again.
I know there's stuff happening. I can't believe it. People will be able to come to the theater and watch a show. It's awesome. Yeah. So I'm so glad things are going. Oh, by the way, for auditions, you can call MVT to make an appointment. Come down and check it out.
Yes, 988-6131.
Okay.
All right.
Very nice.
You've got a big show today, so I'm going to get out of your way.
Yes.
We're so lucky to have a bunch of really special people here, and they will talk more.
Okay, cool. Oh, Kip, we had a question from Amy Nelson from Facebook. She asked if this is the first time a community theater is going to be performing this show.
Amy, I don't know for sure, but I'll see if I can find out.
Okay.
I have it by the end of the show.
This is why I wanted to ask you the question, because I have no idea. Thank you very much, Kip Wilburn, our executive director for Manoa Valley Theater. All right, so we are very excited to have for us, for us and for this COVID time. It's a huge cast, and it's a brand new show. We're going to be premiering again next week. I want to bring on our director, our Kevin Doyle. Our Kevin, how you doing, my friend?
Great to see you, Devin.
I know. Good to see you again, sir.
I feel like I see you here once a month, every month.
I know it seems that way, right? Well, you keep doing stuff, and what are we gonna do? We got to bring you up on here. All right. So, talk to us about the show, my friend, and introduce this amazing cast that you have, please.
Well, the play is Waiting for the Host by Mark Palmieri. And it's, as Kip said, it's one of the first plays written, maybe the first play written for specifically for Zoom. It's set in Zoom. It's about the short version is it's about a parish in Long Island. We think it's an Episcopalian church trying to stage their passion play online at the beginning of the pandemic. So all of us who've been doing stuff virtually, whether it's, a meeting with your friends or trying to create a play or trying to go to church or trying to do anything, you can relate to the experience these people are having here as they try to figure out how to use Zoom and how to perform on it. And it's a lot of fun, and it really resonates right now. It's the play. I read it and I immediately felt like this has been my experience in the last 12 months. And I think a lot of people are going to watch it and think the exact same thing.
Well, I think because you're an educator, but also you do theater, you get to experience both things, right? But all of it over Zoom.
That's right. We all get to enjoy that. So we have a great cast. We have a big cast where Jonathan Seipert is not able to join us today, but everybody else is. And,
all right.
Our cast is Gianni Minga, Valerie Ho, Steph Kan Ching. They're popping up on screen. I'll introduce them.
Yes.
Pop up here. See who else Andrew puts here. Sharon Garcia Doyle and Jason Quinn are our 5 cast members who are here with us today. And I guess he's hesitating to bring Gianni out because...
I would too. I don't know. It is Gianni. Maybe he's not wearing clothes again because that's always an issue. Oh, there he is. Okay. he had to get the man bun back in place. So. All right. So,
one of the cool things is that they've all had different levels of experience doing Zoom theater in the last 12 months. And that's going to be the last I say for a while because I've spoken more than enough.
Okay. So, oh gosh, how do I start this? So, Sharon, tell me, how did you first hear about this show?
We were having lunch and Kevin said, "Hey, you want to do this part?" And that's how I heard about the show.
Wow, awesome. Well, tell us about your part in the show. Well, who do you play?
I play Sarah. I'm naming her Sarah Levi. She is a Jewish woman who is an actress and out of work at the moment because everything is locked down. And that's who I play.
All right, Jason, how about you? What part do you play, and how did you come by this show?
Our Kevin called me. I didn't get the lunch though, so I think I got a raw deal.
You got gypped, dude.
I got gypped now that I'm hearing there was lunch involved. But our Kevin called me and talked to me about it.
I bought the lunch.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Okay. Well,
it was bribery. I get it.
I did get a good deal. No, this is something, doing a play here, our Kevin and I talked right at the beginning of the pandemic about, the pros and cons. Of course, if you're in theater and you live theater, this is a big blow, and you can kind of get lost in all of the things that you can't do. And then when you're looking at Zoom, you kind of go, well, that's definitely not theater, and you can cop an attitude. But over the course of our conversations about this type of venue, it also provides a place where there are no rules. It provides a place where you can kind of come up with the SOP, the standard operating procedures, and really push things forward. And I've been watching and I've been waiting for an opportunity to jump in and play. And then he called me about this, and he said, "Hey, remember that conversation we had? Like, you want to try to come and play with us and push the bar forward?" And he talked about all the differences that this play would have as opposed to the plays at the very beginning. Some of the bugs have been worked out, and now each time you do it, you're going to get a little bit better, and you're going to come up with a new ways to conquer it. So that's what
Awesome.
excited me about the play, and also to work with this cast. A chance to work with Sharon again, and a chance to meet Steph and work with Valerie and Gianni, and Jonathan, my brother from another mother. Like, this is going to be hot. I'm super excited.
So who's the character that you play?
I'm going to be playing Vincent, not to confuse Vincent with the character from Pulp Fiction, but he's just as cool.
Oh, okay. Very nice. As far as Episcopalian churches go, he's very
As
very
far as
cool.
churches go, yes. Exactly.
He's very edgy in the Episcopalian community. Okay, Val. So tell us, how did our Kevin, I assume, called you and said, "Are you going to feed me so that I can put you in my show?" Or how did that work?
Actually, he just Facebook messaged me,
Oh.
but I was very happy to hear it. Well, read it anyway, because I've actually been out of theater for a while too, and I'm going nuts at home, and a lot of my non-work related activities are actually bound up in theater, so I've been missing a lot of stuff over the last year. So I'm like, a show? Really? And like I had to make sure that I actually check through my scheduling and everything before I said yes, because I was actually ready to say yes right there.
All right.
But I'm very happy. And back with friends, even if it's remotely, is awesome, because basically most of the time these days I don't really see too many people that I don't either work with or live with. So it's like,
just
oh
nice
my
to
god,
see
like
other
the people are back. Yeah, definitely. And it is something that we play with in the show too, because pretty much all of the characters are kind of in that state.
Nice. And what character do you play?
My character is Grace, one of the church volunteers. I've actually been friends with Stephanie's character Effie for quite a long time. It seems to me, at least, that she's probably the closest. My character and hers are probably pretty close over the years, and yeah, I like in some ways I feel like I'm kind of like the normal person in the cast, because I'm like I'm just like, well, you'll see. There's a lot of
okay. We don't want to give away too much. I understand. I totally understand. All right. Well, since you mentioned Effie, let's go to Miss Stephanie Conching. Hello, Miss Stephanie.
Hello, Devin.
All right. So, when did you get the call? Was there food involved? Was it Facebook? What happened?
I got a text, and
wow, he contacted you guys in all different ways. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I think I was drinking a cup of coffee.
Okay.
So there's something. There's some mouth value with a cup of coffee. So, but I want to say my character Effie. I'm kind of like the old lady at your church, and super fun for me because I get to do a little age styling with some wig and makeup. So our audience watching today may not recognize this beautiful visage because I'm going to look so, different.
Okay.
But my character is that, Q mentioned that there was this beginning a Zoom style, and I'm like that beginning person. I am all of those jokes about, I can't hear you, I can't see you, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. So my character is like art imitating life.
I know. I didn't want to say that part out loud, but yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. So thank you very much, Steph.
Yeah,
and now we've saved the best for last. Gianni.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy? What's up?
Good.
Looking smooth, bud. All
Thanks.
right. So did you get? Was it a letter you received in the mail?
No,
what did we do? Was it drum beats? How did we do this?
My window was open, and like a carrier pigeon came in and gave me a message. No.
This rock came flying through the window. Yeah.
No, he sent me a Facebook message, and I normally don't interact with R through Facebook. I see his posts and stuff, but seeing the message, I was like, what is going on? And he like wrote like a really nice email through Messenger, asking me if I would like to do this show about a show on Zoom through Zoom. And
Okay.
I had to tell Amy, my girlfriend, like, can you look this up, because I have no idea what the show is. And she's like, well, first of all, if R. Kevin's asking you to do something, you don't think about it, you just do it.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, okay. And I really didn't need to look for my schedule because there was nothing going on right
There's
now.
nothing on my schedule. Hey.
Nothing really going on right now. So I said yes, and it's been a great experience so far. Really, I personally needed this. I felt like mentally, because like the whole, everything's been shut down. I feel constricted on like what I can do, and I didn't think theater would come back. And I usually do at least one show a year, and last year was the first time I couldn't in I think 3 years or 2 years. So it was just a blessing to hear from R and working with everybody right now. It's great.
Very cool. Okay, and what part do you play?
So I played Ben. I am a college student who unfortunately has to come back home. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, depends on who you ask, has to come back home and live with his parents. And I'm Theo's son, and I'm the techie out of the group. So I'm helping direct this film, whether I admit it or not. You'll see throughout the show. And a lot of my interactions are with Effie, with troubleshooting.
Wow. Okay. That
Yep.
sounds like it's
I'll leave it at that.
Sharon, did you have something to add?
I just wanted to say that unlike my character, I take a while to warm up. So I have things to say if you'd like to hear them right now.
Yes, please.
Kevin.
She's such a wallflower.
Can you? I am actually. This is the most I talk. You're very lucky. But Kevin, let's reenact you casting Valerie. Let's do that. Okay.
So we were looking for someone to play Grace, and Valerie had worked with us on Tony and Tina's wedding, and I said to Sharon, "Hey Sharon, what do you think about Valerie Ho for this part?"
Yeah.
And then I sent her a Facebook message.
Okay, well there you go.
I love you guys so much.
But to expand on what you had asked, Devin, yes, lunch was nice, and I did buy it, and I'm grateful every time I get to eat food with my husband, and that's being honest. I'm very grateful for that. But the draw for me was Q. He told me, and I feel like talking about Q in front of your face, right?
I know. I'm like, you're talking. Are you sure you want to get into this?
Right. The draw was Q. He said, Kevin said, "You guys have a rapport." I'm like, "Really?" It's like, yeah, and I think you would look really good as a couple. And I was like, "Really?" Like, but he's so good. That was my thing. I was just like, but he's so good. But anyway, Kevin also asked me about I'm a veteran compared to everyone here of Zoom Theater. I've done 3 already through a Zoom platform. First was As You Like It, of course, with Kevin. What was the other thing? Aloha Attire that just closed at Kuhuhua Theater. You'll see the common thread here. Our Kevin directed As You Like It, and our Kevin directed Aloha Attire. But anyway, the third one was Playbuilders of Hawaii called me specifically to ask me to perform a domestic violence survivor's story.
Oh my!
So it was part of the domestic violence awareness project through Playbuilders of Hawaii, and of course I did it, that was a very interesting experience, and that was through Zoom that we developed the content, and we rehearsed that way, and then the final shoot of the thing was in person, but the whole chunk of it was in Zoom. So anyway, and so I'm interested very much in continuing with Zoom as an artist, because I think it really does open a lot of opportunities for performing. Selfishly, I want to perform some more, and also I think it allows all of us to reach our audience wherever they happen to be in the world, and I think there's a real need for that right now and in the future. So anyway.
Very cool. Plus, you hopefully you get to work more with Q, and
oh yeah, I'm stalking him now.
Very sweet. Thank you very much.
Oh man, you don't know, man.
I saw you pop up on this. You did a Zoom show. You did a Zoom show, Aloha Attire.
Yes.
And I was so jealous because I knew that Danny was doing that, Danielle Zalapini, and I've worked the last couple films I did with her, and she didn't even tell me she was going to do a Zoom thing, and we kind of like cheat with each other, like, are you going to do it? I'm not going to do it. Are you going to do it? And she didn't say anything, and then she popped up on the screen, and then you were doing scenes, and I was like, yo, those are my friends. How come I didn't know this was going on? Like, what the hell? And then when you popped up in the rehearsal, I was like, oh, it's on now. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Let's do
Very
this.
cool. Well, speaking of let's do this, can I ask Val, what was it like for the rehearsal process? Because I don't know about you guys, but as an actor too, for me, a lot of it is walking around the stage, interacting with other actors to like learn my lines. Just I go from here to here and I say this line, and I go from here to here and I say this line, but this isn't that. So how was it? Because there's a lot of you on stage at a time. So how did that work while you were rehearsing?
Well, it was kind of a strange thing. I mean, I've actually been taking acting classes online, so I had like a little bit of experience with it, not like a full-on, show rehearsal, but it is a strange thing because I am used to kind of like being around my castmates and getting the energy from that, I guess, and that is kind of missing from Zoom, so it takes some getting used to. And there were personally I did have some difficulties with just some of the cues that I'm used to getting are not necessarily verbal, and there's less room for that when you're just ahead on a screen, because when you're used to being on stage, a lot of the cues are somebody makes a certain movement, or there's a piece of music that hits a certain point, and we kind of haven't got any of that right now. So I've been way more reliant on my script for this one than previously, but it's definitely a good challenge to have though, because even with COVID vaccinations going up and everything, I don't see the Zoom theater thing going away. I think we should keep doing it.
Okay. Jason, how about you? What was the experience like for you doing these rehearsal processes?
It's just like what Valerie was saying, where you lose a little bit of your, I wouldn't even say crutches, but devices. You lose a lot of your devices that you normally use in your process. You do a lot of theater, like that you kind of start getting a pattern. Okay, I do this, and then this helps me when I do that, and then you lose all of those devices. So it forces you to kind of grow, and that's what this group of people, we're all aware of. We're all very supportive of each other in that, and then what we were talking about before, the fact that we're all going to be in the theater together. We're not just going to be all separated in our own homes. We will be there. So when we went to the rehearsal, and we start working in the theater, even though we're separated, COVID is safe. We've got our dividers and there's glass between us. Everything's going to be nice and safe. We can hear each other, and we are working off of each other's energy, and we're not completely separated. And I think that's what's going to make a big difference in this performance as opposed to Zooms that have happened in the past.
Oh, very cool. Steph, so as far as the rehearsal process has gone, what has that been like for you guys? Because, I mean, not everybody's on stage all at the same time, but obviously in this one, are you all just sort of sitting together and then the show sort of starts?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then you just know when you go, you just launch. And because I don't know if people walk on, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys all start just sort of sitting there and go, okay, here we go. The show starts, right? Because there's no entrances, there's no exits, there's no none of that stuff, right?
Well, you know, for Zoom, it's like camera work, right? On and off, and waiting rooms and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But mostly for this particular production, because we're rehearsing something, we're all together and we check in with each other, make sure we're all good, and then we kind of get the action, you know, go. But you know, something that's really nice about ours particular process is that when you're walking around on stage in a theater, you can be there for 3 hours, and at the end of the night, you feel still like you have energy. But a lot of people have realized that when you sit in front of a computer for 3 hours, you get eye fatigue and back soreness, and so and the rest of our cast community here is really aware of using our time wisely and keeping rehearsals just to the necessary time and making sure we're all on top of what we got to do so that we're not hurting ourselves in this new format.
Okay, cool. Real quick, you guys, I just got a note from Facebook. Mark Palmieri, the playwright, says Breg legs all from the playwright. Says thank you for doing the play. So yay, very, very
great
cool.
play, man. Great play. Great play.
So awesome. Thanks for watching, Mark.
Right on.
That's cool. And again, there is no in-house audience for this show. If people are watching, they'll all be watching remotely. Gianna, you touched on this a little bit, but can you detail a little bit more, or maybe if somebody else wants to jump in, what has this been like for your emotional well-being?
Well, first off, doing a Zoom that wasn't work-related was the first thing I said when I jumped. Like the first day I came in, I'm like, I'm glad that I'm on Zoom and it's for something fun, not for work. That was one thing. And yeah, it's just like everyone was saying, I haven't been doing theater for a really long time. Like last time I worked with R was Tony and Tina's Wedding, which was an improv show. And then before that was Lisa Matsumoto shows. So this is now like another version of theater that I have to learn, and it's just been it's been crazy, but it's been fun. It's funny that everyone was talking about like the cues and stuff. As I was going through my script, I was having a hard time, like, why am I not picking up my cues as fast as I remember? Everyone just talked me through my problem. Like, yeah, I remember like on stage where we have to do our dances and stuff for the like ESO and stuff. Like, yeah, when they cross the stage, I have to get out at that point. But for this, it's totally different. Yeah.
That I think that was the part that I was trying to wrap my head around, because you guys are all sitting there and it's like, I exit the stage, and then you just sort of, but you don't go anywhere. You just sort of say, and he leaves. So
Hey,
just
you'll see me cheating. You'll see me cheating.
Oh, yeah?
I'll like, okay, on this line I have this in my hand. On this line I'm leading this way. On this line, I'm like cheating all over the place.
That's awesome. Hey, R, I know you wanted to try and stay silent on this thing, but I'll let you in a little bit. My question to you is, you're sort of an improv master, right? It's what you're known for. I mean, everyone here will attest to that. So I guess for me, was there room for that in this show? Or can you insert stuff like that in a show like this? Because it's so different and it's so, you know what I mean?
But the way I kind of use my improv training in my in directing when I'm doing scripted work is I'm a big believer in letting the cast find their way and play around with things. Yeah, and I feel like that makes a better show than me saying, say it this way, do it this way.
Right.
So my style is very based on the idea that the actor's impulses and planning and work and rehearsal are more important to me than than it being my idea out on stage, if that makes sense. And
Mhm,
so when you
mhm.
see the show, I mean, I would argue 90% of what you're seeing is what everybody is bringing to it, rather than me saying do this, do this, do this. Because ultimately, we don't need the R. Kevin show. We need a good show, and
Yeah.
everybody that I asked to be involved in the show is a terrific actor and has brought a lot of fun stuff to it. Valerie's brought popcorn that I. But no, everybody's brought some really cool stuff to the show, and that's part of what I think. That's where I think the improv pays off, is just being
Mm.
willing to roll with things. And we joke about this all the time, but one of the things that we've learned from self-producing, and many of us here have done self-production before, is that you just assume everything is going to go wrong, and when it goes right, it's a happy thing. Yeah. And that also comes from improv, though, because in improvising, you just have to be ready for stuff to collapse, and you have to say, yeah, let's keep going. And so that's really, so the attitude comes from improv. The script itself, though, Mr. Palmieri has written a good script, and we want to perform the script as it's written. And I feel the same way when I do Shakespeare or Lee Cataluna, or you want to honor the playwright by trying to bring out, not push the language too much. Now, that said, in rehearsal, if somebody has like a great impulse, there's a bunch of stuff that Steph, who is also a master improviser,
Yes, she is.
has done in the show that we've now made canon, and it's more ways she's interpreted lines or ways she's delivered things, and that's true for everybody. I'm just using Steph as the example because she and I have been improvising together for exactly as long as each other. So,
Whoa!
and somehow she still looks 20, and I'm me. So,
That's really cool. Okay, I can't believe it, but I'm almost out of time here. So can I really? I know. I'm sorry, Steph. Can I really quickly? I'm gonna ask each of you to just kind of give me a quick reason for why people should come see this show. It can be a funny one. It can be a serious one. It's really entirely up to you. So, Val, I'll start with you. Why should people come see this show?
Well, I think people should come see the show to, remember what community is like. I mean, even in a time when we can't really physically be a community.
Awesome. Jason, how about you?
Well, I'll definitely second that. And if you appreciate art and you appreciate performance art and you appreciate theater, here's an opportunity to contribute to the theater and then get a good show back for it in the comfort of your home. $25 for your whole family to watch something fun. It's definitely a family show, and we're having fun. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah,
I think people can tell by this cast here right now, just watching you guys interact with each other. Oh my gosh, rehearsals must have gone like forever. Steph, how about you?
I would say anyone who watches the show is going to feel validated with any of the feeling they might have had about Zoom, about their relationships, about going to the store or wearing a mask or whatever it is. Something in the show is going to click with them and validate their own sensibilities.
Nice. Gianni.
Well, in addition to supporting Manoa Valley Theater, this is a show you can't get anywhere else. You can't get this on YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, anywhere, any of those streaming services that are out there. You can't get it anywhere else other than here. So that's why you got to watch it.
All right. I was choosing between R and Sharon to close it out. I'm going to go with R just because I don't want to make Sharon mad because I know she's got some crazy plan. So R.
Well, I'll be simple. The thing to me that is the great draw of Zoom theater is you can watch it in your boxer shorts.
Very nice. You took hers. Oh no. Okay, Sharon, there you go. Wrap it up for us, baby.
Oh dear, thank you. I think you should watch the show because this show is a testament to the human spirit and our resilience in historic, horrible times. And it's a reminder that even as terrible as everything seems to be, we still have joy and it still exists. And I think that's why you should come see the show.
That's a great button.
Oh, Look at that. See? You always let Sharon end things because it's
That's
always
right.
awesome. All right. Let's bring Kip back out here real quick.
Wow.
Hello, sir.
Fantastic, guys. Loved it. Can't wait to see the show.
I know.
Hey,
it's going to be
listen.
so awesome.
Yeah, Sharon, it really is. It's like the perfect metaphor for everything we're going through right now. And
I was trying to keep it together. I was gonna cry so hard at the end. I'm like, oh my God, do it, don't do it.
well, during the show, I came across a quote from Cicely Tyson. Cicely, rest in peace. We lost her today, and it was such an extraordinary performer, actress. Challenges make you discover things about yourself you never knew. There you go.
That's awesome.
Right on.
So cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's funny because we did our show last week had one person. And this time we went on the complete opposite spectrum, but it's been totally worth it. I cannot wait to see this show. It's gonna be fantastic. You are also wonderful for being here. So thank you so much for donating your time and giving of yourself to this really special project. Thank you so much. Next week. Oh yes.
So
Kip,
Mark
sorry.
Palmieri just sent me a message saying he's so honored that we chose to play.
Oh,
So don't mess it up.
Right
awesome.
on.
No pressure.
And Art, let me know when I need to take you to lunch so that I can get a part in a show that you're doing, because I didn't realize that was the deal. I didn't realize I either have to be married to you or take you to lunch. So that's next, because I can't do that first one. So thank you
All right,
to the cast
family
waiting
show.
for the host. I appreciate it. We will see you next week for number 44 of Manoa Valley Theater Live. Thank you to Kristen. Thank you to also Janine and also Andrew for doing such great work. Cindy's back there too, hanging out. So hi guys. Till we see you next week. Aloha no a hui ho, and mahalo for tuning into MVT Live. And don't forget, donate if you can. Thanks, Thanks, you guys.